are. Maybe we aren't. Who knows? But we can't talk anything without my main man, Alex, over here, chilling in
Hello.
California, probably without as much snow as I have.
Yeah, just all we have is just air and wind.
It It's like 4 degrees over here right now.
Oh damn.
It's supposed to drop down to -9 tonight, and we got 18 inches on Monday morning.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
and here I am complaining about it being 37 degrees at night. Wow, that is
Oh yeah.
that's cold.
Yeah.
But
Coldest it's been all season.
yeah, I did hear though that the Central Valley and Bay Area and Southern California supposed to experience hurricane-like winds or just very strong
Woo,
winds. And I don't know how
that's
that's
no
going to play
fun.
out because I've never experienced those kind of strong winds before.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll just have to wait and see if that actually happens.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you, Past Point.
Hi, Pass Point.
Um,
Hi, Fredonia Blue Devils. Who else is here?
so Fredonia Blue Devils is talking about that truck scene. We'll get to that. But first, Alex, I got to hear your initial reaction to all of this. The Moon Knight trailer. What were your initial thoughts?
That's very interesting. Very much to desire. Right, left me with more to desire, uh, and which is really good. Because
Yeah.
if it was like a trailer and I don't desire anything else after that, I was like, mm. But this one I really want to see what happens, and we know now, um, like all the what he's going through. It seems like he's having mental breakdowns in some areas.
Yeah.
I thought the him tying himself to the bed was interesting. Like, oh god, this what the hell? And then I really enjoyed the end because I thought, like, apparently he's not Mark Spector yet. Like he says, Mark Spector, like what happened to Mark? Like who's Mark? Like, then it's like,
What's up,
oh,
newbie?
so it must be one of his other personalities. Hi, newbie comics. So yeah, I thought it was really good, really
Yeah.
cool. Um, I like the costume, not costume. Is that the right term?
Costume,
Yeah, costume. Yeah,
uniform,
yeah,
whatever you want to call it, right?
yeah. I thought it was nice. Looking at it on the big screen, like, yeah, that's nice. I like it. Um, Overall, I'm really excited for it. I'm happy that it's coming in um, March. So far away though. It's at the end
Yeah.
of March, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
March 30th.
it's not even March 1st. It's
Uh,
March 30th. Like, damn it.
Gotta
You're
wait a
teasing us.
long time.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
Hi,
What's
Sean.
up,
Hi,
kid?
Kiguano.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's one of those ones where it's a long way off, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to go by just as quick as January has,
I hope so.
and we're going to be right back into the thick of it. And I'm hoping for the best. Moon Knight was actually the first comic I ever truly read. Like, I had read tons of other stuff that was like superhero related, but never a true like holding a comic in my hands. I picked up a trade dress for my brother because he actually said, "Go pick up Moon Knight." I love, like, you want me to get into superheroes? That's the one to go pick up for me. I love his story. I love everything about him. Find me a comic for him. So I walk into Forbidden Planet down in New York City, and I said, I need a Moon Knight comic for my brother. He goes, is it his first comic? And I said, yeah, neither of us have really ever read anything before, but I'm a huge fan of superheroes. He's trying to get into superheroes a little bit more. Where should I start with Moon Knight? And he literally just pulls out this Moon Knight trade paperback, and I was reading it on the train ride from Manhattan to Brooklyn. I was reading it. I read it like 3 more times, along with the Green Arrow comic that I picked up from New York City all the way to Rhode Island. And I was just absolutely in love with this character. He's such an interesting character, and he's so well written. I don't think there's ever been a single storyline of his that hasn't been done by one of the greats.
Yeah. Yeah, Moon Knight. I've always been fascinated with Moon Knight, to be honest.
Yeah.
'Cause ever since my dad told me that like comic books he had, um, he said he had Moon Knight. He described Moon Knight to me, and I've always been fascinated with what this character was.
Yeah.
Um, and I know I picked up some Moon Knight comics like when I got in comic book collecting again, and it's cool. And it was recently I found out that my dad used to own the first copies. I think he either he owned almost a full set, or yeah, almost a full set of Moon Knight of the
Okay.
first series. And
That's
he
awesome.
said, but he lost them all because his grandma thought they were all trash. She threw away all his comic books.
No way.
So yeah, and it wasn't. I remember my dad telling me that story when I was a kid, and like to this day, it still sticks with me. Like especially now, it's like, man, I'd be so pissed if that happened. Like
Yeah.
my dad was sad, but it's cool because I've been showing all of the Moon Knight comics I've been collecting, which has been the older ones that I can afford. And he said he brings back memories, and I've been reading it. I know I'm missing some issues. I haven't read a full series of Moon Knight yet, only bits and pieces. I'm enjoying the new one, and I don't know. He's just a really cool character, very complex. I love on top of it with the like Egyptian mythology and stuff with the gods, the Khonshu. That's always interested me. And
Oh, for sure.
hopefully, yeah, I'm planning to buy the omnibus volumes 1 and 2 because volume 1, the new printing is coming out next month, and volume 2 is coming out March. So now I get to start reading like the complete collection, complete storyline of his first series.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm happy about that.
Moon Knight is such a fun character because you really have to dive into a character that has real problems going on, and then doesn't like his whole origin is like, I never knew any of this existed. This was thrown at me. And obviously it's a very shrunken down version of his origin, but like in this story we get to see a lot of it. He's dealing with dissociative identity disorder. He's dealing with basically losing his mind to, like you said, where to the point where he's actually chaining himself to a bed in order to get through the night and make sure that what he's doing is actually dreaming and not real life. And I think that was such a powerful scene that even if most of the stuff we saw in this was dreams, it's probably dreams that happened or dreams that are going to happen or just in some way, shape, or form. And I have to go back to what Yobani said. The way that he suits up reminded me a lot of how Ragman suited up in the Flash TV show. And it was just so cool. Like just everything came out of his back. I can't wait to see if we even get to see it. That like white suit and tie with the white mask on. Like he has such amazing styles with him.
Yeah.
That he's such an interesting character all around.
I would say he's one of the more fashionable characters.
Oh yeah.
Definitely hands down. Like,
definitely fashion forward.
Yeah. Makes anything look good.
Who wore it better, him or Kingpin?
Wait, him or who? You froze.
Kingpin.
He did.
The white suit.
I think because he has a white mask. I think that's what does it for me.
He is a totally different superhero than Spidey, Cap, Iron Man. And I really think they will do the superhero justice. I think he's probably, I want to say, the first MCU anti-hero.
Yes. No. Oh, MCU? Oh, MCU, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
so,
wait, we got Deadpool, but it's not. Well, technically, MCU, Deadpool should be part of the MCU.
I think this will be a dry run for how an anti-hero can do in the MCU. And we were talking about that the last 2 weeks, was that they're kind of using these TV shows as a way to move from, hey, let's introduce a character in a movie, to, hey, let's test this character with the audience.
Yeah, like, are they going to do well? Like, can we see them being on a big screen and people being like, yay?
Yeah.
Because right now, it's still like, I would say a select few of people who have Disney Plus still. Not
Yeah.
everyone has Disney Plus, so I guess yeah, like they want to see is our Disney Plus audience liking these characters before we introduce it to everyone. So yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that, and I really hope Moon Knight wins people over. I really do, because I would
Did
love
you
to see him on the
ever
big screen.
did you ever read the Age of Khonshu run that just came out? I want to say it was last year. It might have been
Uh,
2020 or 2021.
Newest series or just Age of
It
Khonshu?
it was part of Avengers. It was like Avengers 38 through 42.
Oh
Um,
no, then I didn't read that one.
Basically, like Khonshu was taking over the world, and Moon Knight had to use every power from the Avengers in order to defeat him. So he was just stealing powers left and right from like Iron
Oh,
Fist and Captain America and all these other characters. And it was one of those comics that I'm like, this is just really amazing. I love the way this is done in the comics. I can't wait to see what this is going to look like if they ever do Moon Knight MCU.
yeah. I hope so. Passport Comics. I
Yeah.
really hope so because I like the way Netflix did their Marvel shows. For me, it felt more mature, which I liked. It was at times dark, and I think that's what they needed because like characters like Daredevil, he has some dark storylines and like violent stuff. So I'm appreciate that they did that. So I hope Disney Plus. I hope they kind of push the bar a little bit, like go to the edge with the violence and the dark, um, the grime and gritty and everything. What do
Yeah.
you think, Chris?
I just asked Passpoint in the chat, do you think that they're kind of getting us ready for an R-rated MCU movie? Because that's where I think they're going with this is
Yeah.
just based on the fight scenes that we saw is he's not going to pull his punches. He's not
Oh
going to
no.
be the hero who just takes down the bad guy and leaves him for the cops. He's going to be the guy just like in the comics, just like in the current run, where if you're doing something wrong, he's going to let you know about it and you're probably not walking away from it.
Yeah, I hope so. Because I've seen some behind the scenes footage of Oscar Isaac training for Moon Knight
Yeah.
with the fight scenes, and it looks like someone like he gets a knife and stabs somebody in the neck. And I was like, damn, okay, I hope Disney Plus
Let's do it.
shows it.
Yeah.
I hope they actually show, like, I'm not being, like, gory or anything, like, actual blood on Moon Knight. I mean, I think that would be, like, give that effect to everything. Because I know they show
Yeah.
blood, like, with Captain America. No, sorry. Falcon and Winter Soldier when, oh, yeah, like that.
Like this.
When, yeah, when the new Captain America, like, killed that guy.
Yeah.
But I want to see, like, more, like, Moon Knight, and he's going to hit harder and stuff. And, like, the weapons he uses. And he's wearing a white suit. Like, you can't hide the fact that there's going to be blood on him.
Yeah.
So I hope.
Unless it's the 80s.
Yeah. When and if Deadpool comes out, it has to be rated R. Yeah, I heard that they already established that they were to keep the R rating.
Yeah.
For Deadpool 3.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Disney has no issues with the R rating for Deadpool movies. So keeping that would be fine.
Yeah, I hope so because that'd be cool. Like I don't know, I really like. Oh yeah, plus I think an example of them might be pushing the lines. Remember Eternals?
Which part?
The love scene.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was totally different. That was like more mature
Yeah.
content at that point. I mean, like if they can add that, they can surely add violence. I mean,
This is not your father's Eternals.
I know. I mean,
This is not your
I bet
5-year-old's Eternals either.
I bet you like holding your hand over your kid's eyes.
Ugh.
Your wife is covering your eyes.
I'll never forget. I can't remember what movie it was, but it definitely was not meant for kids. And it wasn't a Marvel movie. It wasn't a superhero movie. But there was a scene like that happened that was a little bit more mature than what happened in Eternals. And all of a sudden I hear like this kid, probably 3, 4, 5, start crying. And I'm like, this kid should not be here for this movie. Time to get up and go. Like, and that was before I had kids. Like, you just, certain movies you don't bring your kids to. If you don't have a babysitter, don't go to the movies.
Yeah, that'd be weird. That's weird. Like if I see that and I heard a kid, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, you remember what movie it was?
I don't. It wasn't one that like stuck out to me. I remember just being with a couple buddies, and it was a comedy of some sort. I want to say it was like Wedding Crashers when it first came out or something.
If it's something like that, then definitely you just should have known right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know,
it was an R-rated film, and it was a pretty vivid sex scene, or just a scene where you know what's going on.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a kid here right now? Jesus.
We don't want them learning.
I mean, I remember going to see Wolf of Wall Street, and I'm like, this is just one long porno. Like, I was not expecting this. And I'm sitting there with a friend that's like a baby sister to me, and I'm like, I really don't know why I'm watching this with her. This is not okay.
Yeah, there's been some movies like that. I will say, I think like one of the most awkward time I've ever been in a movie theater. I saw Deadpool with my dad because I was not expecting that long scene, that prolonged scene.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay. That was like one of the most awkward situations. We didn't know what happening.
Like, where do I look? I don't want to know what my dad's looking at, and I don't want to look like a perv. And
yeah, well, I remember.
Are you enjoying the movie, Alex?
I remember seeing Watchmen 2 with my dad and my sister, but that wasn't as awkward because it didn't last that long. But Deadpool was like, it was more like, face, like, dang.
Yeah.
But I
remember
it was funny with the Women's Appreciation Day. That part was funny.
There was an old movie from like the 70s or 80s called Slapshot. And I said, Mom, it's a hockey movie. What's the worst that could happen? And she goes, I'm just warning you now. You will see boobs. I said, I'm 15. I've like, so? And she goes, okay.
Like, wait. Oh, they say, I've seen them before. She's like, what? Okay, never mind.
She's like, okay, whatever. And I'm sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden, like, they had just gotten done, and this woman pops up and just like kind of sits above the sheets. And my mom's sitting right next to me, and I'm like, okay, I understand why you might not have wanted me to see this while I'm watching it with you. I get it. And I just turned off the TV, and I was like, I'll finish this later.
Yeah, there's some like scenes, like some movies, especially if you don't know it.
Yeah.
What happened? It's kind of awkward if you're watching a family.
So not a sex scene at all, but the one scene that really shocked me early on in the MCU was from Daredevil in the first season.
Which one?
With Kingpin and the car door.
Oh yeah, that one is like I
was not ready for that.
Me either. I was like in shock. Like I was like, oh shit. I think I said that out loud. Or in my mind, I can't remember. I was like, oh shit. I was not prepared for that type of violence. Like I've seen violence before, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. Like there's certain types of violence that you're not ready for. Like violence in 300, or like those type of movies. Like I'm fine with. I guess like this was more. It was a different kind of violence that kind of got to me. Like whoa. I was not expecting that.
300, it's like you're expecting there to be death, you're expecting there to be dismemberment, you're expecting all of this because it's a war movie. But you're watching Daredevil, and you're expecting like fight scenes. But for him to slam that dude's head in the door like almost 10 times, and you're like, oh my God, what just like, I understand you're upset, but dude.
I think it was different because there was no weapons involved, really. It was just the bare hands, like, what the fuck? Like, damn, like, that one was. I wonder if they would take it like that to Dota, like, not Dota, to Moon Knight. Like, do you think Disney will ever cross that line, or do you think you'll get? Yeah, that
Um,
got me. Yeah, or do you think that would or do you think it'll go almost to that point, but won't cross it? It'll be like up it to there, or like up
yeah,
about to there, but they won't cross it or go to it. What
I
do you think?
think that the John Walker scene,
Yeah,
they might venture above that in a movie, but to
yeah,
venture above it on Disney Plus where anyone could see it,
yeah,
that would be that's the tough part because I
yeah.
don't know that Disney Plus has the best parental restrictions right now to really say, hey, this should only be viewed by this account. And I mean, yeah, parents can set stuff up all they want, but there's kids out there that are more versed in this technology than the parents who set it up for them.
Hmm.
And like I know a student that one of my co-teachers had last year who literally learned how to hack into the Zoom to make himself co-host so he could share his screen and stuff and screw with them. And I
That's
was
funny.
like, I don't even know how to do that. I'm sure I could
Yeah,
watch a video on how to do that. Hey, stop spamming. No one cares. I'm sure I could watch a video to figure out how to do that, but it's like, why is that what you're concerned about? You don't even show up to class, and then when you do, you decide to screw around in a Zoom? Like, come on.
yeah. That's weird. But yeah, kids nowadays can just find anything. They could watch
Yeah.
anything. But yeah, like I don't know. I hope they go a step above the John Walker stuff. But I think if they're really going to show what Moon Knight is all about, like tons of violent stuff,
Yeah.
I think we'll have to wait to a movie. And even then, it might be a weighted R movie, maybe
Oh, yeah.
if they decide to do that.
I think this show is going to drop some F bombs.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
I think it's definitely going to be one of those ones that's up there with the Daredevil scenes. And even like season 3 of Daredevil was getting pretty gory toward the end.
Oh yeah.
That final fight scene with Kingpin and Daredevil was
I
really awesome, but
I really
very
like that
gory.
fight scene. Yeah.
Yeah, it was well choreographed, which
Uh,
made me realize that Marvel really has great choreographers. Like that's a
yeah.
whole art in of itself is being able to choreograph a fight scene.
Oh yeah, like
And
Shang-Chi had a really nice
yeah,
choreographed fight scene, especially that bus scene. I'm pretty
hmm
sure that some of that was not CGI'd in the bus. I'm pretty sure they used props. I'm pretty sure they had to go around
yeah.
a set to do some of
It
those
was
things.
actually really cool to see the side by side with it. I saw it on Instagram, just like short snippets of each of the fight
Oh,
scenes and whatnot. Um, and yeah, they did it. They did do some of it with him like on an actual bus, and
oh
then
shit.
some green screen and stuff. Just like the one fight scene I really liked that I thought was really well choreographed. Like each little piece was the one on the side of the building. That one was really well done too. The skyscraper where they're
Oh yeah,
kind of
that
like
one was
falling.
really yeah that Shang-Chi, like that fight scene. Oh, the whole movie brought me back to like the Daredevil fight scenes and stuff.
Yeah,
Because it's different. It's not like um, superpowers really. It's more based on
yeah,
skill and hand-to-hand combat, which I really enjoyed. And I and I hope that is like next level or like almost Daredevil level or a Shang-Chi level for Midnight.
yeah. It
No,
brought me back to
yeah, I don't want Iron
Ra's
Fist
al
level.
Ghul. The fight scene with Ra's al Ghul and Batman. It kind of brought me
Yeah,
back to that scene because that was
yeah,
really well choreographed too, and they never really came out with that in Dark Knight and Dark Knight Return or Dark Knight Rises.
yeah.
I wish they would have done more. And I honestly thought that Batman should be an R-rated movie too. Like
Mm.
he's a very great hero, but he's almost an anti-hero in some ways. Like there's sometimes where Batman has to be an anti-hero to get his point across.
Yeah, like and those like in the comics, it's like some like really even though he doesn't kill, excuse me, there's some like almost to the verge of death type
Yeah.
fight scenes. Like damn,
Yeah.
like even like damage inflicted on him and damage inflicted on the opponent.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
so one of the biggest things is like people say that um Batman and Moon Knight are very similar characters. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I've heard that a very long time. I always heard that. Um, they have their similarities, yes, in terms of gadgets and stuff,
Yeah.
and how they present themselves, yes, and those like one of the personalities is a millionaire or billionaire,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, I think that's where the similarities end.
Yeah.
Too,
Their super side.
yeah,
Yeah.
because Moon Knight has the power of a god, or I guess like someone is that thing, and he has split personality or multiple personalities, identities, and I lost my train of thought. But yeah, along those lines, I think like they're very different characters,
Yeah.
They're both complex, but I think Moon Knight might be more is a little bit more complex because of the issues he deals with
Oh, for sure.
and and everything. And of
And
course,
Batman.
Moon Knight kills,
Yeah.
but I guess that's like the obvious one. But other than that, they only have certain similarities, but more differences than that.
Of course, Batman has his own set of issues that he
Mhm.
faces and deals with, but
Oh, yeah,
Moon Knight has to really like face that whole idea of right now I'm in my head, but in 5 seconds someone else could be in my head, or
yeah.
I could be in someone else's head. Like
It
I
changes. It changes from time to time. While Batman,
yeah,
he knows who he is. Like, but Moon Knight changes,
for sure. So
and
did
even he doesn't even know like what's happening at times.
yeah, which I mean we saw a ton in the trailer of
Yeah,
him just having no idea. Like when he picked up that phone and said, "Why did you just call me Mark?" I got chills. I was like, "Oh my god, what just like we're
yeah.
literally
Same
not
here.
even living in a universe where Mark Spector knows that he's Mark Spector right now. What has
Yeah,
happened to this character already?" Like,
I know. Like, I'm really excited to see like how they play that out. Like, did something happen to him?
yeah,
Like, is this not an origin story? Or I guess this is like probably gonna pick up like when he's already Moon Knight.
yeah.
Maybe took a break from being Moon Knight or something like that. Like that's what I was thinking. Like
Or he
this might
became
not.
Moon Knight and
Yeah,
his other personality took over so that he couldn't
yeah.
like
I was thinking.
some he snapped or something. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm like he's already been Moon Knight. Like maybe like for some time, but then something happened that made him stop maybe,
yeah.
and now it's coming back. And that other personality is coming back. Like it's time.
So I kind of want to go back to this truck scene that
Oh yeah.
79 mentioned. Did you pick up on the truck scene when he had the gun inside the truck?
I've seen some stills. Um, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're talking about that the thing of it might be Doom,
Yeah.
Victor Von Doom.
It says so. I'm looking at it right now. It says VON and then with a capital D, and it's hard to see what like the small writing above it, but
Yeah,
it's very Doom-esque writing, like the way that he would
yeah,
write his name.
Victor Von Doom. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting, and it made more sense to me that I was watching Live last night. You know who Robot Monster Island is? James Bullock.
No.
Oh, um, he's really good at speculating and everything,
Okay.
and everything. He's speculating that Victor Von Doom may show up in the new Black Panther movie.
Oh,
That
I've heard
uh,
that. Yeah.
that because there was he was giving a story. He's Max Comics' partner.
Okay.
Like, but they were both doing a live last night and they were like chatting and everything. He was telling us that because he was selling a comic of when Doctor Doom first meets Black Panther, and then he was giving out all these like telling us what the speculation is that there might be Victor Von Doom. There's a strong chance that he's going to be in Black Panther too. And then when he said that and explained his reasons, I think, huh, that might make sense if they're doing a Von Doom Easter egg in damn it in Moon Knight. Sorry, something fell in Moon Knight. So maybe they'll try and wiggle their way in there
Yeah, just drop like little breadcrumbs here and there.
to like maybe after this there might be um more Easter eggs or hints that Doctor Doom may come into the MCU, and then that will lead into the Fantastic Four. What do you think?
So I think this comes at a very interesting time. Um, a few days before this trailer came out, a lot of people were talking about Fantastic Four, and as it related to the Multiverse of Madness, and that not only were we possibly going to see a Mr. Fantastic from the original Fantastic Four, but that we could also see Mr. Fantastic, the fan casting of I'm gonna totally forget his name, but the guy who played Jim in The Office.
John Krasinski?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I seen concept art. Like, I think it'll make a good Mr. Fantastic. It sounds like
If you've read any Fantastic Four comic since the MCU started, pretty much, like I want to say 2014 and on,
yeah.
Mr. Fantastic looks like John Krasinski. Like changed his demeanor, they changed his styling, like everything screams John Krasinski.
Maybe that's a hint.
I'm hoping. Like, he's such an amazing actor and he has so much range that I think him and his wife would be a perfect Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic.
Emily Blunt would be, I don't know, I've seen the concept art too. I think that would be like a good chemistry too, since they're already married.
Yeah.
Just like in
yes, Yobani.
Yes. Like especially with A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Where playing husband and wife. I mean, that's good chemistry. They don't even have to act that much.
Yeah.
The chemistry's there.
It's already there. It's already like you said, it doesn't have to take too much for them to get the chemistry. They just have to get the characters.
Yeah.
And I mean, John Krasinski does really well to play that character.
Yeah. And it's Chris Evans coming back and saying "Flame on." That's funny.
I would love to see that. I think he's talked about it. He said, "I don't want to be done with the MCU, but I'm okay being done with Captain America."
But then how are we going to take? Then how are we going to like deal with the characters? Like thinking like, wait, you like Captain America? I wonder if they're going to address those issues. Like if somebody like if they come in, yeah. Like wait, like Captain, like what? And no, I'm Johnny. I'm Johnny Storm. And then Johnny Blaze. And then Johnny Blaze comes out. No, there's going to be one Johnny. Like, oh,
the one nice thing. The one nice thing, if you put the two next to each other, like the two versions, obviously Chris Evans was a lot younger back in when the Fantastic Four movies came out. But if he cuts his hair and he cuts the beard and all of that, and he's like clean shaven again, I think he could look totally different than he does as Steve Rogers.
Yeah,
I think he would be Johnny Storm.
And being bulkier too.
Yeah.
Because he does not, like, I saw him, like, he had muscle in Fantastic Four, but not as much as he put on for Captain America.
Oh, not at all.
But it would look really interesting, like, with the short hair again and everything.
Yeah.
And him just bringing that character back, like, those different personalities.
This is the conversation you get at the Comics Lounge. We talk about men's muscles and the differences between one movie and another when they play different characters.
Yeah, like, he was, like, okay status and Fantastic Four, but he was daddy status in Captain America. I just know Chris, when he saw that, he was like, "Oh, daddy," or "I poppy."
It must be something about the Johnny Storm character, because Michael B. Jordan was in Fantastic Four. You put him as Killmonger, and it's like, wow, I would never have known that he was Mr. Flame On.
Even as a straight as a man, I can honestly say, like, damn, like his like physique, like that, it changed.
Yeah.
Like, dang. Like, but like, it's interesting. Maybe it's like gotta be Johnny Storm. Like, okay, you done the character, but now you gotta bulk up.
Yep.
I guess whoever plays Johnny Storm is bound to be in the MCU.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I guess now it's going to be an MCU regardless.
So going off Fantastic Four, I know we're kind of going like off track from Moon Knight, but I think this is actually a really cool conversation because Fantastic Four needs to make an appearance in the MCU at some point.
Yes.
Who would you want to be cast as the Thing?
Ooh, that's hard.
That's the hardest
I
casting.
haven't thought about that, to be honest. Because I want Emily Blunt and John Krasinski to be Sue Storm and Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Chris Evans, if he comes back to it, that'd be cool. But the thing, I can't think of anyone right now who I want as the Thing. Danny DeVito. That'd be a small thing. Um, only option. Yeah, we can have
I
that.
could see it. Could you imagine if they did a completely CGI'd version of the Thing and it starts off as Danny DeVito?
Yeah, and they don't even fucking well. It's like just Danny DeVito. They call him by his name. Oh, John Cena would be the thing.
That would be interesting.
No, right. My perfect casting. The Walk. It's in his name.
It is in his name.
I just thought when you said John Cena.
I don't know if people could get behind that.
No, because I don't think so. Like
he's too big. He's too tall. I feel like the Thing is a really big character, like a really bulky guy.
He's stocky. He's stocky, but not height wise. No.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. Like I can't think of anyone that fits that. Like the guy who played the Thing in the original movies, he was good. I liked him.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, like he fit the person. The other guy, no. Like I just looked him up. Like he seemed too skinny. Not too skinny, but thin. Like we kind of need like a stocky person. Like
Yeah.
just overall to make the transformation look real.
Yeah.
Like
which is the hardest part.
Yeah, because if we get the Walk, we'll get a thin person, like a lean, tall, like kind of not stocky thing. So John Cena would play him. We'll get like a tall, kind of almost lean. It kind of look weird. The Mountain, yeah, I seen him.
I would not be mad about that. Again, a little on the tall side, but I feel like with CGI, you could start him off like you did with Chris Evans and make him a little bit shorter, and then he grows into it. He's a little too like bulk compared to like what we're saying, like got to be kind of stockier. Not really short and stocky, but just like your height matches your width in a way. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it.
I looked up
it's very hard to do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh, we're going 3 for 3 with the spam tonight. Woohoo!
Oh, that's how you know you made it. Yeah, it would be badass. I don't know. Maybe think about that. Maybe not get an established actor. I know Marvel has chosen people who are not really well known sometimes to be in the movies.
Keanu Reeves.
Maybe. Hell yeah. That's the thing. Watch the Thing's go have a beard and long hair out in a walk form. Can you imagine that? You can't change Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves changes you.
There you go.
But no, oh, that'd be funny. And plot twist, he has the skills of John Wick too. Can you imagine
he meets himself?
Yeah.
You're John Wick. You're the Thing.
Face off. But can you imagine? And then they meet Neo. Who knows?
There you go.
It's multiverse of madness. We don't know. Multiverse means multiverse of anything.
Anything can happen in the multiverse.
Yeah.
It's in madness.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe if they want to take a chance, I think the only way we could probably get like the physique right of stockiness is maybe go with a bodybuilder. Maybe because I know bodybuilders come in all shapes and sizes. Some of them are short and stocky, tall and stocky, or not or in between and stocky just to get the person right. And if you don't want to use CGI completely, like they did in
Yeah.
the other Fantastic Four, you can still match the if they have use a costume on the person. That's what I was thinking, but I can't think of any bodybuilders like that.
And I think one of the hardest parts with the Thing is that you have to have a character who, or an actor who is the right age to be the Thing, because he's kind of like
Yeah,
the dad of the group. Like he even keeps Reed Richards in check from time to time. Like he doesn't put up with any of their crap, and that's a good thing. Like he needs to be that character at times, and he's not just the Hulk who smashes. He's a very good I don't want to say like strategist, but just he knows what to do in certain situations, and he knows when
yeah.
people have gone too far. And I think that's why the first iteration of him, when I can't think of the actor's name, but when he played Ben Grimm, he played him so well because he played that very smart side who also
Oh,
knows how to keep the other Fantastic Four members in check.
yeah. Michael Chiklis. That's his name.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's a fun last
yeah,
name to
yeah.
say.
Chiklis. Yeah. But yeah, that is true. I think Kedrana, I saw Kedrana's comment. I think he really wants John Cena to be
That's
the John
literally
Cena
John Cena.
role.
He is on the shorter side, but he's playing Peacemaker right now.
I know. I just think he's already with
How long is that going to go
DC.
on?
I don't know until he dies again.
Yeah, when we
But
talked,
yeah,
I want to retract what we said last week. We totally forgot about the post-credit scene in Suicide Squad just because that movie was very forgettable, except for the Starro scene at the very end.
oh, Weasel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how I was worried about that. Like Weasel comes alive. What's up? Like I'm alive, bitches. But yeah,
I,
I don't know. The
I
thing
don't
will have to
understand
be
what
a
it
good
is with
answer.
DC and just picking these really stupid characters as villains. Like
Yeah,
Steppenwolf is a band. Let's just get that out of the way. Steppenwolf is a band. He's not a villain. Starro is a stupid villain. Butterflies is a stupid villain. Can we be done with the stupid villains for DC?
Jesus, we should get Darkseid. I never
We
got him in the
should.
Sonic cut. I mean, like, just fucking pull the plug already. Just stop rebooting shit. Sorry. This is how I really feel. Like, stop rebooting it. 'Cause it's kind of getting irritating. It's like somebody restarting a song
Yep.
halfway through. I know a couple people have done that to me.
It's
Like
like the
my
record just
friend
keeps
groups.
skipping.
Yeah, like just come on, like get it with.
Yeah,
Like, did I send you that photo? I think I forgot to send you like the
I think
difference between
so.
DC and Marvel, saying the things that they didn't like about it, they changed everything. With DC, oh the fans didn't like it, fuck it, we'll reboot the whole franchise.
Yep.
But yeah, like stop rebooting stuff. Build up to like Darkseid could be the Thanos, like what we had for
Yeah.
MCU. Like build it up. That could be Darkseid right there. I mean, he's a really cool character. I've always thought he was really badass. That could be next level. Build
Instead
it
of
up
give
there.
us 5 movies and try to fit it into one,
Yeah.
spread it out and tell us your dark side story because it was really interesting.
Yeah, like I know with the fourth, have you heard of Jack Kirby's The Fourth World, right?
Yep.
Um, I know some not bit of it. Like it leads up to all this stuff. They introduce Darkseid and all these characters. I just recently bought the omnibus, so I'm reading it right now. But as I'm reading, like, but with the introductions and stuff, how they said that it built these issues like built off of each other to that led into this big event. And I think that's something what DC needs to do. Like
Yeah.
these characters are cool, like the new gods and everything. There's a lot of cool characters and villains that they can introduce.
Yeah, Cyborg
And
could have been really easily done as his own solo movie,
I know.
instead of being introduced in a 4-hour movie that had no reason to have his story told in that way. They
Like, I would rather
did
have more.
they did a massive disservice to that
Yeah,
character.
I would rather
And
have
Ray
more
Fisher did not.
cyborg,
He did not
more
nail that character.
more cyborg. I would take in more scenes of cyborg than your favorite scene was, Batman riding on the horse.
Yeah.
I
So
would take.
that's
I know you. I
it's
know
like
you love
a
that.
five,
I know you
six
love.
minute scene.
Yeah, I know you love that scene, but I feel it needed to be taken out so we got more cyborg. Yeah, like DC just needs to do something like that and not try to rush things.
Yeah.
And just take your time. The Earth is not
So
ending anytime soon, hopefully.
yeah, the Earth doesn't have to almost be destroyed in every single DC movie. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's what it basically has been. First movie, it almost gets destroyed by Superman and oh crap, who was it? Lex Luthor, but it was not just Lex Luthor, it was Zod.
Zod.
Yeah. And then second movie, Batman vs Superman, it almost gets destroyed again, and Superman gets killed. Third movie is Justice League, or no, actually Wonder Woman. World almost gets destroyed by a world war and a god, which they could have easily went from there to the New Gods movie or the Old Gods movie to then introduce them in this amazing thing called Justice League, which would have been really amazing. And then it almost gets destroyed again, and actually does technically get destroyed if the Flash didn't go back in time. Like 5 movies all destroying the Earth in very different ways. Why?
Yeah, like they could have done it like what Marvel did. Like they introduced their characters, then they went
What's
to
up, Cray Cray?
one big world event that was
Yep.
the Avengers.
Yeah.
And I would
And-
have been fine with individual character movies.
All of us would have, and it's okay to do an origin story. I don't know why people think it's not okay to do an origin story. Just because you have all these DC fanboys who know the origins, that doesn't mean that all of these people who are watching the movies know the origin of that character.
Mhm.
And there's a reason why Marvel started with Iron Man. Not a lot of people knew him. He was hardly ever in any TV shows in the 90s and 2000s. So the kids who were growing up going to these MCU movies, if they weren't reading comics, they would have never known Iron Man. Just like with Moon Knight, they would never know Moon Knight if it wasn't for this. And I'm so tired of like these gatekeeping collectors who are like, oh, look, now everyone's going to be on the Moon Knight train. What's wrong with that?
I mean, that's how we keep the character alive by
Exactly.
having people being interested in it. Like, oh shit, like the kid who loves Moon Knight. That means, or not, because of the show, that they love it and want to know more. Like, oh, we're gonna buy the comics.
Yep.
They might buy the newest volume, the new like series of Moon Knight, but then they could go backwards.
Yeah.
Like that. Like that's completely fine. Like I love origin stories. Origin stories are fun to see.
And I think origin stories are fun to see because it's interesting to see the way that people adapt an origin story to a movie screen. I think that's probably one of the best parts about origin stories is you get to see people's interpretations of them. And whether they match yours or not, what does it matter? Like, it's someone's interpretation. Let it be. If you want to do it, go become a director, go become a writer yourself.
Exactly.
But like, this is what I want to see. This is Moon Knight 7 from this week. And that suit and that mask.
Is that a variant or is that a regular?
This is cover A.
Oh, sweet. I didn't pick it up.
And McKay is he's doing Jed McKay. I was going to say, I thought it was Jed McKay, but I didn't want to get it wrong. Jed McKay and Federico Sabatini are just doing really great work with Moon Knight right now. And the new villain that's in Moon Knight that they came out with in issue 3, I want to say they revealed him.
Hunter's Moon?
Yeah, which is the left hand of Khonshu. It's so interesting to see the two go at it. And I actually need to reread it because I need to remember what happened in 1 through 4. before I
Yeah, I
read
need to
5,
start.
6, and 7.
Yeah, I need to read that issue. I know I picked up 1 and 2. I just
Yeah,
recently got the other ones. I just been busy,
it's
so I
such
need to
good.
start reading them
It's
again.
so such good. It's so good.
Yeah, I've heard a
Um,
lot of things. That's why I went to get the West in one big
yeah.
pile. So I was like, okay, now I need to set time just to read them all. Because I wonder, like, what's I going?
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, what storyline do you think they will go for Moon Knight? You think they will do it based on the current one or the past current ones? Or do you think they will try to go with the first series, second series, or even third
I th-
series, which is the Mark Spector Moon Knight?
I think they're gonna go old school with it. Um, I definitely think that the whole Mark versus Randall thing is going to be the main focus. What I pulled up was that basically all the synopsis that we know right now is that he's a mild mannered gift shop employee who becomes plagued with blackouts and memories of her life. Learns that he shares a body with a mercenary, Mark Spector. The two personalities then have to navigate their complex identities while thrust into a deadly mystery among the powerful gods of Egypt. And I think it's going to be a cult film based on everything that I've seen and based on the trailer. It seems like it's going to be Moon Knight versus Randall, which is also the Shadow Knight.
Mm.
Um, and I think that's going to be the season one. It's going to be him getting his powers, discovering who he is, discovering, well, not just who he is, but his other half, basically. Um, and then realizing that he's meant for bigger and better things. And having to go through not a hero's journey, but like a journey of justice, like serving justice to people based on um, what is going to happen to whatever this big mystery is, which obviously we know is pretty much Khonshu and the Moon Knight saga, and just like having to take care of anyone who walks the night.
Yeah. So yeah, I was
So
kind of hoping that would be old school.
yeah,
That would be really cool.
and
See how
I
the old
think
school stuff.
I think Randall Spector is going to be the leader of the cult. That kind of, because you can see everyone bowing down to him in the trailer, and
Yeah.
I think that's going to be this interesting dynamic because the guy who plays him is a really amazing actor. Like I don't think I've ever seen an Ethan Hawke movie that hasn't, or just anything Ethan Hawke is in that hasn't landed really well.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke is a really good actor. I like him as an actor. I've seen not all of his films, but some of his films. But he puts all his effort into it,
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. And that's what we need.
he's just such a really well done character. He busts his butt to be um a actor who cares about what he's doing, and that's obvious in everything that he does. He sticks with the character very well and kind of becomes the character that he wants to be. And yeah, obviously a lot of great actors can do that, but I mean, to be Randall Spector, you have to kind of assume the identity of a cult leader. You have to make
Yeah,
us believe that you really believe in what you're saying you believe in. And I think
yeah,
that's the hardest part about being a villain in any movie is taking it to a point where um, you're afraid of yourself if you were actually that way.
yeah. Because it could be like it's easier to be like a hero because you basically believe in like the goodness. But yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's different when you being the villain, especially if you have, especially if you like your morals don't align with the villain. You have to take that somewhere else. You have to find that other part of you and bring it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we need good actors for that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And do you think that he's going to take up the Shadow Knight persona in this?
I don't know. Maybe yes. Maybe no. I think maybe they might save that for season 2 and
Okay.
just might just be
or a
him.
movie.
Yeah, and then at the end, it's like revealing him to be that the Shadow Knight.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what I was thinking. Like that'd be kind of cool, man, because it could lead into something worth looking forward to, like another season or a movie.
Yeah. And I don't think we saw it in the trailer, but I'm really hoping that we get to see the famous hatchet that Randall Specter holds. I think that would be a really cool dynamic of this random guy coming after Mark Spector when he's like his other persona, just with a hatchet. And he's like, what the hell is going on?
That'd be funny.
So who do you think has it harder in this? Ethan Hawke playing the villain where he has to be a cult leader or whatever version of Randall Specter they go with, or Oscar Isaac where he has to be 3 or 4 or 5 different versions of himself.
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah,
Kind of harder.
that's where I would go to.
Yeah, 3 different personalities. Um, you're gonna have to take it, especially if we see it switch on a dime.
Yeah.
If they switch right away, he has to uh, Oscar Isaac will have to like be this one person, split second the other person.
Yeah.
And that could be hard for anyone.
And it's so much different than the Hulk. Like
Yeah,
with the Hulk, it's kind of you transform into that person. You know what's happening. You know that it's going to take place. There's that lapse in time between Banner to Hulk and Hulk to Banner. But with Moon Knight, it's like he's Mark, he's Steve, he's Mark, he's Steve. Like he could change at any minute.
yeah, and then that's gonna have to be like a challenge. So I'm really looking forward to this. Like, I want to see Oscar Isaac's performance. I've only really seen him just in Star Wars. Like, to be honest, has he done anything else? I'm pretty sure he's done other stuff.
Not that I know of off the top of my head. I liked him in Star Wars. I thought that he played that character really well. And I wish that Poe Dameron would have been a bigger character because of the person playing him.
Oh wait, he was Apocalypse.
Yes,
X-Men.
that was it. I knew he was in I knew he was in the MCU before. I couldn't think of what it was, or not the MCU, but Marvel.
Totally forgot he was in.
Yeah,
totally forgot. Oh, then, like, I like him as Apocalypse.
he was the saving grace of that movie.
Yeah,
that was just bad writing.
Yeah.
In all honesty, that movie was very. I love X-Men Apocalypse. It was a really fun movie. It was so much fun to watch, so much fun to get involved in. I wanted more and more to happen, and I was like, okay, how are they going to take down this character? And everything that happened was really believable, really interesting. It was just really crappy writing. Like there was no saving that movie, even with the phenomenal acting that all of those actors did.
Yeah.
Storm was amazing.
Just goes to show you that why you can really make a difference.
Yeah. DC's been learning that for years.
Yeah.
They've got phenomenal actors and actresses. They just can't pull together a movie. James Gunn did, though.
Yeah, James Gunn definitely. I just really love that movie, The Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Have you watched Peacemaker at all?
No, I have not. Is it good? Have you seen it?
So when you do, the only thing I'm going to tell you that you have to skip is the opening credit scene.
Oh, please don't tell me there's a sex scene.
No, there's not a sex scene in the opening credits.
Yeah, that'd be really surprising. Like, what the hell? All right off the bat?
So it's kind of, I guess the best way I could describe it, it's kind of Guardians of the Galaxy meets the Steve Rogers musical. It's John Cena dancing to like really old school neon 80s style brought into the early 2000s club version. It is so cringeworthy, but it is so funny to watch that like I watched it through the first time because it's really just it's goofy as all can be, it's cringy as all can be. But then I was like, I'm not watching this again. This is stupid.
I
So
now want to see
I skip
it.
that every time. Once you
Oh,
see
yeah.
it, you'll never unsee it because it will always be burned into the back of your brain, like John Cena dancing like a fool. But it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I can get behind this show, I guess. And I mean, the
This is what
show's really well done.
yeah.
It's definitely not my favorite DC show. I did like what was it that I was watching? Titans.
Oh
Titans
yeah.
is pretty well done. I'm a solid fan of that. I started watching season 2, and season 2 just wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Like I thought a lot of stuff was going to get fixed and whatnot, and episode 1 and 2 is just very dry. So I need to like get into episode 3 and actually try to get through it again. But I stopped at episode 2 of season 2. Doom Patrol, I never really got into. I never watched it, but
I only watched
I've
the
heard good
first
things.
3. I watched the first 3 episodes and I
Okay.
kind of lost interest. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I have to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
For me, it felt kind of dry after the 3rd episode. But maybe I'll come back and watch it with new eyes.
And I definitely
But
need
yeah,
to get caught up on The Flash.
oh yeah, I've never seen any of the DC shows from the CW.
Yeah.
I've been watching Titans, Doom Patrol.
Okay.
But yeah, is the Flash good?
I love it. Definitely start with Green Arrow because that actually introduces the Flash in a little backdoor pilot, I think season 2. And Green Arrow is really good up until about season 5.
Oh wait, I lied. I watched Supergirl, and I watched Batwoman.
Okay.
The only CW shows I've watched.
Supergirl, my wife hated because she's like the quintessential overactor, and she was just like, I can't. She's trying too hard to be this character, and she's really good at being Supergirl. She's just trying so hard to be Supergirl that it's like, okay, honey, tone it down a little bit. Like you don't have to be so chipper all the time. It's okay. And then you have Batgirl was pretty good. I did watch her in the crossover Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was really good, pretty well done. But the Flash villains, Savitar, Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom, like all of them are just so well done. The actors in the show are amazing. And honestly, if I could pick one actor for Oscar Isaac to mimic with his Moon Knight stuff, it would be the guy who plays Harrison Wells in The Flash. Because throughout the seasons of The Flash, I think there's 8 now, he plays like 10 different versions of Harrison Wells from different Earths.
Oh.
Because all of the versions of themselves in the multiverse are exact copies of them. Just with like different jobs or different life stories or different this or that. And it's so well done. So he's literally like, and toward, I want to say it's like season 4 or 5, there's like once they find out about the multiverse and whatnot, and that Harrison Wells is like the genius of all the multiverses, he's basically they're on a committee together, and he's playing himself, different versions of himself, like a cyborg version, a Western version, a French version, himself, and they're all sitting around having a conversation. It's like, how the hell does one guy play 5 different characters at the exact same time? Like, this is insane. This is phenomenal acting to a T. So if he can do it, Oscar Isaac needs to give him a call and just be like, hey, so I hear that you're really good at playing multiple characters. I have multiple personality disorder not multiple personality, dissociative identity disorder in this new
Yeah,
show I'm doing with Marvel. Could you give me a few pointers?
that was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it does take a special kind of acting to play different characters
for sure.
at the same time.
But yeah, I'm really excited for this. It should be really amazing the way that they play it. I'm a little worried because obviously there's a lot to unpack and to have happen in a short time span. And I don't think we've really gotten a whole plot of Moon Knight. Like we know that it's going
No,
to basically be Mark versus Randall. We know it's going to be um, one hand of Khonshu versus another hand of Khonshu, and it's going to be like that cult justice driven movie or show, almost like Ghost Rider was in a way, but hopefully a lot better done than Ghost Rider. But that's pretty much all we know right now. Is that
yeah,
crazy to say?
no, it's not crazy to say. Like it leaves much to be desired. That'd be really cool to see like the cult aspect of it.
Yeah.
How we deal with that because a cult is not like your average thug or alien waste or anything. Because a cult is something entirely different. That'd be really interesting how they play that out.
Yeah.
Because um, they might not see like, oh, we're not doing anything bad, we're just a cult.
Yeah.
But who knows that? I'm pretty sure in this series we got they're doing something bad.
It, I think it's going to be really well done. I'm hoping for the best.
Same, because I've been waiting for this. I just really hope that they do it really well.
Yeah.
I heard that Moon Knight was gonna be in MCU or like in the universe. Like I need this
Yeah.
done right.
And honestly, I think he could be a really great character to play both sides of the line. Like I think he could be a really interesting, not villain of the Avengers, but kind of like a thorn in the sides of the Avengers, as well as a really interesting teammate for that more mystic side of the MCU with like the gods and whatnot. Because obviously
Yeah,
we've never gotten that before. Like that, this is brand new. Like this is
yeah.
totally new territory now. So
I think
we'll
that's
see where
what
it all goes.
the MCU needs.
Yeah,
An anti-hero, somewhat.
I agree, and I think a couple anti-heroes wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, because I would love to have the Punisher in.
Yeah,
I love that they would agree to have Deadpool in their MCU.
Black Cat would be a really cool anti-hero if they use
Yeah,
what she's been doing lately. Kind
uh,
of that thief hero-esque
yeah.
vibe from the
We just all know
current.
you want. We all just know you want to see the costume, Chris.
I do.
Don't lie.
I want to see who. I want to see who Marvel would choose to play her. I don't really
I
have a
know.
good actress in mind for that.
Me either, to be honest. I know Anne
What you
Hathaway.
think
I
about
know
that?
early. I know early in the early like with this Raimi universe.
That's four.
uh, Raimi universe. They had Anne Hathaway in mind for
Okay.
Black Cat, but she got Catwoman, which is nice.
Yeah.
I know Felicia Hardy. No, not Felicia Hardy. No. Uh, is that her name? I'm thinking out her name. Felicia
Felicia
Jones.
Hardy. Yeah, Felicia Hardy is Black Cat.
Sorry, no, that's the thing. Wait, why is it? Wait, no, the actress. I don't know why I'm so bad with names. Um, Star
I can
Wars
even see
Rogue
it being
One.
Emma Stone, like that blonde
Um,
version of
Felicity
Gwen that
Jones.
Emma Stone played. Who is it?
Yeah, Felicity Jones from Rogue One.
Okay.
I know they wanted like in the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. She was gonna be. She played Felicity.
Oh,
Felicia Hardy.
yeah,
They
I
were
remember
going to
that.
have her. They were going to have her as Black Cat.
You know who would be in really interesting Black Cat? I don't know if it would work. And people, if you're still here in the comments section, let me know your thoughts. Anna Kendrick.
I would like to see Anna Kendrick.
I wonder if she has the range to play that style of character. She's a phenomenal actress. She is beautiful as all can be.
Yeah, she's my celebrity crush.
Could she be? Could she be a villain and a like? Could she tread that line? I don't know because I've never seen her do it before in any of her movies, but I feel like that would be interesting.
She'll make it. I think she can do it.
Okay.
But um, if the writing's done well, and if she pushes herself like to get out of her like comfort zone, if that is out of her comfort zone,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she could do it right.
I can't remember. So Black Cat in the Spider-Man TV show took the
Which
Super
one?
Soldier Serum
Oh,
from the 90s. She took the Super Soldier Serum, and that's how she kind of got like these, or the personality and willpower, I guess is the best way to put it, to be a superhero instead of a villain. And with all of that newfound power and whatnot, she was able to kind of help out Morbius and go vampire hunting and all of that. I'm trying to think. So in the comics, she's an expert burglar, alters probability fields to cause bad luck towards others, skilled martial artist and hand-to-hand combatant, skilled gymnast, enhanced strength, agility, balance, and vision, ability to see in various ranges of the electromagnetic spectrum via contact lenses, and utilizes grappling hooks, sharp retractable claws, spring-loaded climbing pitons.
it's a lot.
Yeah. But I don't think that she has the super soldier serum. But with the way that they're kind of playing the MCU right now, and with the events of Falcon Winter Soldier, could that be a possibility? Could we bring back that super soldier Black Cat version that we had? And would fans be on board with that? Would that be too much of a stretch? Or since they've done it before, would it be okay?
I think it can work if they write it in well.
Yeah.
I
I can't
think,
just give it to her.
yeah, I think all this has to it's dependent on the writing.
Yeah.
And how we can see it happening. It's like what you said is happening. Like, oh, like her mentioning, oh, I took a super soldier serum. Like, what? When? How? How'd you even get it? Just selling it in the grocery market now, grocery store now.
Well, you can do it really great, and it can look really great, and it can completely flop. Or you could really work hard on it and do it phenomenally, and it turns out like it turns out amazing. It all comes down to fan reception too. Are fans ready for someone else to have the super soldier serum in the MCU? Which I don't know if they are yet. I think that was an interesting way to go with Falcon Winter Soldier, and it was mixed reviews.
I honestly don't think so right now, because I think that might be too many people.
Yeah.
Because we had Falcon Winter Soldier. I think introduce Black Cat just as a regular person, having all this like skill sets and everything.
Yeah.
And then eventually, how that goes, whether it's a TV show or a movie, and then maybe a lead into her getting a super soldier serum.
That'd be kind of cool.
Want to go that route. If you want to go that route, it's like with her, it's normal.
Yeah.
Play it out.
See how the fans react.
Fans react to her.
Yeah.
And then do like a story arc of how she gets the super soldier serum, or why she gets it, or excuse me, or maybe she's selected to get it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we need you to get this. We need you to take this.
Yeah. Because without a super soldier serum, the ability to like alter probability fields to cause bad luck and to have enhanced strength, agility, balance, and vision, that kind of all has to come from somewhere. Like, you don't just have that as a human being. So like it's one of those weird things where you have to explain it well. And I can't remember exactly in the comics how she does that or how she even gets those powers, but I do know that she basically learns a lot from her dad, and that's where she learns how to be that kind of character. But
Yeah.
it's 11:30 here. I'm exhausted.
I'm just getting started. It's only 8:35. No, I'm just kidding. I'm tired too.
Hyper lover. Interesting. Goodbye.
Hello. Hmm. Hyper
Alexa,
lover.
who are you?
I was saying like, oh, that's a cool name. I was trying to more figure out what the icon is.
It looks like
It looks like a video
an
game.
emoji or a video game or something. I have no idea. Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But I think Black Cat's going to be a really cool topic to continue to discuss. And this week, I haven't really decided on what the videos are, but I'm going to keep them focused a lot on Spider-Man and some theories that I have floating around. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to do a video every day this week leading up to the next live stream and see if we can kind of piece together 4-part videos that kind of lead into the live stream so that way you guys can really watch the content and then get involved in the live stream and talk about that content on
like
Fridays.
Just like the MCU leading up to things.
Exactly. So hopefully that all works out. We'll see how it goes and go from there. Thank you for watching tonight. Alex, thanks for joining. It's been an absolute pleasure as always.
Thank you for having me. Always fun.
As always, stay nerdy, comic fam, and loungers assemble.
Yes, have a great night, everyone.
See ya.